Hi guys, how you doing? And in this lesson we're checking out You Need Me But I Don't Need You by Ed Sheeran. We're in standard tuning for this. Now in the original, when he generally plays it live, he does go to drop D, but that makes a few other things a bit more complicated. We need a capo, and I want as many people to do this as possible because this has super easy chords if we do it in standard tuning. E major, G, A, C and D, just all the 5 standard major chords really. And this is a bit of an introduction to a looper pedal, which the one I'm using here is a ditto times 2. The ditto times 1 would be absolutely fine, or could be just a ditto 1, I can't quite remember. Ed Sheeran, back when he used to just use one of these kind of dual looper pedals, he used to use a Boss loop station. So if you want to recreate that kind of exactly, go for a Boss loop station is what I've seen him use, and there'll be a link in the description to see how to do that. But I'm going to try and make this lesson as accessible as possible, show you how to use the pedal, but we're going to start off with just with the basic open chords of the song. So we have an E major chord, which is essentially for 1 bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we just did 2 strums of it, that would be kind of the bare minimum really that we'd need to do this song. 1, 2 of an E major chord, or 1 and that would be our first bar. Then we go to a G major chord. Let's go for the third and little finger down, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, G, G, mute. Okay? The next chord is an A major, and let's go for this way of playing it this time. No real advantage to the beginner's course way I teach it, so let's go for 3 in a line just in case some of you guys haven't come across that one yet. Like that. And then C and D for 2 beats each. And then we kind of quickly go back to the A, but just let me show you this just so that everyone could kind of do it and jam it along to Ed Sheeran in his video, or jam along to me in a little while. We'd have 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, G, G, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, C, C, and D, D. That's kind of the bare bones of the song if you're a beginner, okay? So let's just do that a couple more times, and I'll fill in a couple of bits so that you can hear how we could progress this on to the next level with the strumming and bring your strumming on. Join in with me if you wish. In 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. C, C, and a D, D. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now you can hear there, I was adding in this sort of strumming sound, but we're not actually playing a chord when I do it. I'm very much part muting, and we're just getting string sound. You can do this without a pick. I'd recommend kind of trying it with and without a pick. To get a more natural kind of sound, he doesn't use a pick. He kind of just uses his thumb, Ed Sheeran, really, but can use the fingers as well to get kind of... get that kind of sound. It is easier to get doing all these strumming motions with a pick. So I'm going to continue with a pick for a little while, and then I'll drop it in a little bit. So just to show us what we're going for next, this next tier, if you will, next level up. Okay, so that is with 16 strumming. Our hand goes strum, strum, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Just hits every down and up. 3 and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 and a 3 and a 4 E. 1 and 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a. Okay. And the next level, once you've got the hang of that, is to hit the D on the upstrokes you're hitting with this kind of down and up pattern. So we've gone C, we hit all the ups, and then go straight to an A chord. has just stepped up in a level of difficulty. You can see why we started off with just the basic open chords. So if you want to continue watching this but kind of jamming along, kind of that kind of We Will Rock You clap rhythm, totally cool. Jam along, and then you'll learn a few things about the looper pedal and some of the introduction things. I'm sure you'll be able to play no matter what level you're at. It's fairly straightforward stuff. It's the layering of the things, layering of the complexity, and doing multiple things at the same time that makes it tougher. So let's have a recap of what level we're at with this now, of the loop. This is just the same loop for the whole song. He just brings in more backing and then lets them go on the looper pedal, really. So let's have a listen to where we're at now. Okay, without the pick. Okie dokie. The next bit is when we're doing just the strumming, just this in between, after we've played the E chord, the G, the A. After each one of those, we do that same pattern that we've just done on the D, the little hitting the upstrokes basically. I'll demo with a pick first of all. Okay, so down, down, mute, 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 up, 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 down. Up, up, down. Okay, now if we've started to lose a few of you here, this is getting a bit too difficult for you. My strumming syllabus, which is all for free on my website, may be a real help to you. It basically gets you up to doing the 16th kind of strumming rhythms and teaching you how to do 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, even if at the moment you're only strumming on the beat. So my website, andyguitar.co.uk/strumming, and I'll put a link up to here for the playlist that's free on YouTube. Just as a recap where we're at the moment, 3, 4. To do some of these quicker changes, it can be easier to play the E and the A chord with one finger, which the one finger E and A chord was part of my beginner's course, level 3. Does help. And it kind of gives us a power chord sound, but with the up and strings ringing out. So that's the bare bones of what he's, or my interpretation of what he's doing with the chords, because we've kept it in standard tuning. Because we're in standard tuning, the things that we play here are a little different, because he has a capo at 2nd fret, and to play the intro and keep it in tune with everything else, we want to be at 5th fret and 7th fret. 5th fret with your first finger, and your little finger at 7th fret on the thinnest 2 strings like this, and this is where we're going to bring in the old looper pedal. So with this looper pedal, let me just clear what I made before. We have 2 pedals, and we're only really going to use this one, which is why I'd say the ×2 isn't really needed. And this is, as I say, an overview of loop pedal's not trying to flog you a ditto pedal. This is just the loop pedal I happen to have that I purchased a few years ago. So to start the loop, we have to press this one down at the same time as playing. It's really tough on your timing, but it's the best way to improve your timing also. You hit this button down, so this one here, at the same time as we play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we're going to slide that little finger up, and we only have to do it the once, because after that we're going to loop it. Now when I've done 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 slide, where the next first beat would fall, the beat 1, that's when I have to hit this button. Otherwise, the whole thing kind of goes out of time. And the first one has to be pretty spot on, otherwise it's all a total mess. So if I mess up doing it this time, I'm going to leave it in the video. I want you to see that it might take a couple of attempts to get it perfect, because I don't often use a loop pedal. It's not really my thing, but I do think they're awfully cool and a bit fun for the jam. So let me have a go and show you what I mean. So that was okay. You can hear the loop going. Now the red light is still on. Red means record. If I press it again, it's now gone to green, which means I can play something and it doesn't loop what I've just done. So I could kind of play over that. But here we have 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our little groove. So that was just 5 and 7. But I don't have to play that part now because it's down. And the next part I added was the drum part. Now I'm not going to loop that just yet, because as the loop builds it gets a bit more complex for you to hear what's happening. But that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to hit this part of my guitar, which is my kick drum. And then this part of my guitar, just a normal strum but muting my strings, is my snare. So a simple one to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we want it to be a bit funkier than that, so we do 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And to make a little bit extra, first one was a little quiet, but it's sounding okay. Boom, da, da, boom, ba. The next part we add over the top of that I'll show you that one afterwards, after we've kind of completed this loop. In fact, I can stop this loop by just doing a double tap. Let me show you now. So we have okay. Now that is middle finger at 9th fret, little finger at 10, and first finger at 8. And it does cut over the beat in quite a syncopated way. If I count 2, 3, 4. Just do it once without looping it. 3, 4. Again, 3, 4. And bring the loop back in. There it is, and we record. And there we have our loop. So then I can play our chords over it, and if we do it the super easy way, just one chord at a time of 2 strums. It is a little fast. You need me, but I don't need you. 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 Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you enjoy this video and check out the other Ed Sheeran songs that are on my channel. I've been Andy Crowley. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.